There's a guy on Twitter, his name is Byron1. It's very good to follow him. He often posts very interesting clips out of China or related to China and the CCP. But here we have a recent gathering, a dinner gathering, organized by the Eastern U.S. Taisha Alumni Association in a restaurant in New York, Chinatown. The old folks are alumni of the Taisha Senior High School in Taishan, Guangdong. We've both been to Taishan. You've been
Many
there?
times.
Yeah. They are nostalgic for the good old Red Guard days. Now, bear in mind, this clip that you're watching here was in New York City, okay, in a restaurant. And
nothing illegal about it.
No, totally fine.
Might as well be in China.
Mm-hmm. But okay, what is actually wrong with this? Because, like you say, there's nothing wrong with
Free speech. You can do whatever you want.
You can dress up like a murderous Red Guard if you like, and
You can.
and dance around.
I think what the problem with this is that it makes people think that, number one, all Chinese people support the CCP and its horrible, bloody legacy of Chairman Mao's times. Number two, my biggest problem is if you are a pro-democracy Chinese person, and you are perhaps invited to this event, or you hear about this event, or you see clips of this event, how uncomfortable are you going to be to see the murderous organization, the murderous party of Mao Zedong, who at this time period, during the Cultural Revolution, by the way, bing, Cultural Revolution, they killed tens of millions of people between the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution.
Yes.
Why are we, I guess if you are a pro-democracy Chinese person that fled China and are living in America and you see this on your shores, how are you going to feel about that?
Oh, I mean, I could just put it to you this way. If German people who immigrated abroad decided to relive the good old days and dress up like Nazis and do Nazi dances, at their alumni gatherings, it's the same idea, really. Sure. And imagine just imagine the shock and outrage people would have. Because it's very similar.
These outfits and these dance and these people in this time period is indicative of a time period that went and killed and murdered the people that fled China into America to come here for the liberties and freedom and to stay safe.
Yeah.
And they're flaunting that murder. And
that's why people fled. That's why people fled.
Yeah, they're murderers.
The reason that the majority of the Chinese people that arrived during that time from
Taishan, by the way.
Exactly.
From Taishan.
Sure. But they arrived during that period, when Mao Zedong took over during the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution. The people that fled, they were fleeing these people. Yes. The people that came. So those Chinese families that have been in America now for like a couple generations, they fled this.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. But there's another reason why I wanted to show this to all of you, is to show the absolute unwavering support of the Communist Party that you find in the Chinese diaspora abroad, especially of a certain generation. Like this generation over here.
The Red Guards, yeah.
And that is why not only do they usually support these like Chinese police stations and all that kind of thing, but they help them. Okay?
Yeah.
And you have to understand, when you've got this much nationalism in that specific group, it makes it very uncomfortable for any dissident to be
that's what I was going to
part
say.
of any of these.
Even in this generation, there's tons of dissidents. Like you said, the people that fled and appreciate and live in America. Why do you think they don't speak up?
Yeah.
Why do you think they don't speak up? Because they feel like they never left.
And they also have to worry because, look, I'll tell you one thing. Any one of those aunties looks like they're going to rat you out to the Chinese government in a second.
Well, they're celebrating
Mao.
Red Guard.
So you're sitting at a Chinese restaurant with, like your fellow Chinese diaspora over there, and you say something that's, critical of the CCP. Auntie Red Guard over there is going to be calling the CCP and like, oh, do you know Uncle who lives here in Flushing, New York at this address in this place? He is criticizing Chairman Mao.
Right. Or Xi Jinping.
Yeah, exactly. Or Xi Jinping, exactly. And then you're going to get the local police stations going to be calling up Uncle Hu and saying, hey, listen.
See how this works?
Yeah, we heard you were saying this,
So why do you think the thousands and thousands of Chinese diaspora dissidents that are anti-CCP have not spoken up until now? Why do you think? Gee, I wonder, right?
Yeah. It's because there have been no examples made.
Yeah.
And this is what needs to change. When you have people that have been threatened, when you have people that have been silenced, when you have people that have been attacked by the Chinese government organs abroad, and that includes these aunties, by the way, because no one's been arrested, no one's been taken to task over these bad actions, they continue to get away with it. And that's why this needs to change. And that's why I think we're seeing a big change with these Chinese police stations, and especially with the Xiaolei Wu guy. Xiaolei Wu. You know, the guy who threatened to chop off the girl's hands if she puts another flyer up and tried to dox her and all that kind of stuff and harass her. If he gets properly sentenced and we start to see more of these cases.
If he's not found guilty.
If he's, in my mind, he's 100% guilty.
Sure, but if he's
I'm the opposite. In this case, I'm guilty until proven innocent. I know that's not how America works. I get it, whatever. But you know what?
Now you got to adhere to that.
Yeah, I adhere to it, but I can still think differently.
You can think. You're allowed free think.
Yes, I'm allowed to think. I'm allowed to think.
No wrong thing.
Yeah, exactly. But quite honestly, if he does get convicted and put in jail, this will be the best thing that can happen for the Chinese diaspora over here.
And we might see a very, very big snowball effect of people finally reporting
because
things.
It will give people the courage to report their harassers and report their abusers and report their, whatever person that's after them, stalking and harassing them and silencing them. And then the more the merrier, you know what I mean?
Yes.
This could be a watershed moment. It really could.
Could be.
Just like, the whole domestic abuse situation with women, how that changed when people started to speak up. When they had the courage to stand up to their abusers. This could happen with the Chinese diaspora.
Yes.
I really
love
hope
to see it.
I really hope so. Yes, 100%.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's get to some more...
That, by the way, looks like the worst party ever.
And again, this is nothing official. You can't say that person is a rat or anything. But what we can say is that attitude is indicative of why people are scared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you not be scared?
I would be terrified.
If you were Jewish living abroad somewhere and there's like a Nazi party in your local restaurant and it was being shared on your WhatsApp?
Exactly. Imagine you're from Taishan.
Yes.
And you go, mommy's like crying. She's like, we're going to go to America. We're going to flee. We're going to get smuggled on a fishing boat. You arrive. We got to get away from these Red Guard that are literally running around the streets murdering people.
Yeah.
And parading people around the town with blood covered and placards on them.
And dunce caps and stuff.
And saying like, I am an intellectual, so I deserve death.
Yes.
Right? And parading them around. And then you go and you're like, why are the Red Guards dancing in New York City?
Why are they celebrating this?
What?
Yeah, what's happening? Yeah.